Let's take a look at Cellular network. Last time we looked at Cellular was on November the 20th. Here is a quick recap. When the price dipped to about 9 cents, where it's retested this prior all-time high and then bounced right over that. This is an indication that this prior all-time high at around the 10.4 cents would likely provide a very strong support for Cellular network. So as long as Bitcoin stabilizes and trend higher, this could potentially be the bottom. And that Cellular network would likely stabilize and trend higher. One way to verify whether or not this here is the bottom for this retracement is to determine how much Cellular has retraced from reaching this all-time high. So based on the Fibonacci retracement, right now Cellular is within this 50 to 61.8% range, which is very normal. So this gives us a high degree of confidence that this could potentially be the bottom for this retracement. So this is what I'm looking at. Right now, I am accumulating Cellular network, but the key target price that I'm looking for is right at around 13.5 cents. Because if Cellular can run up and stabilize at or above 13.5 cents, it would be trading above the red line, which is the 10 days, as well as the white line, which is the 50 days. And by stabilizing over the 13.5 cents, that would allow the 10 days moving average to reverse direction and then eventually cross over and lead the 50 days. That is the signal that we need to see. Fast forward, this is the daily chart for Cellular network, and the data I have is to 6:50 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on November the 22nd. A couple of days ago, which is on November the 20th, we look at Cellular network. That when Cellular was able to close above this 10 days moving average, which is the red line, the following day we saw this major spike up in price, where Cellular spiked up as high as 35%, ran all the way to 16.6 cents, closed the day at around 14.5 cents. Good thing is it was able to close above both the 50-day, which is this white line, and the red line, which is the 10 days moving average. Today, price spiked up to about 17.3 cents, which is higher than the prior day's highs. Another good sign. Right now, Cellular is actually trading lower. It is trading at around 13.7 cents, or down almost 6%. And this has a lot to do with the fact that Bitcoin continued to struggle. And like I said before, whenever Bitcoin struggles, it would pull the price of all the altcoins down. Also, another thing that could contribute to the drop in the price of Cellular today is after this major spike up in price, there are people who bought in right at around the 10, 11 cents. And when Cellular spiked up to about 17 cents, that is about 70% increase in just a matter of like 2 or 3 days. So many of them would take profit. And that's what we're seeing right now. But I do believe that the minute Bitcoin stabilizes, Cellular would likely bounce up and continue this upward trend. There are also many positive signs that I see here. After reaching bottom at around 2 cents, began this reversal in price, ran up to about 20 cents. Then after that, went through this retracement and consolidation. Very much during this process, the price have oscillated within this downward channel. And yesterday, Cellular broke out and crossed over the resistance. If the price can stabilize and trade over this line, which is right at around 13.5 cents, it would confirm the breakout of this bull flag. So far, we see that the 50 days provide very good support. Early today, when the price dipped and it retested the 50 days, it bounced right back up. And that's what we need. We need the 50-day continue to provide strong support so that Cellular can end up close today at above 13.5 cents. Another positive sign is looking at the moving averages. After we had this crossover where the 10 days dropped below the 50 days, the price then continued to retrace. And now the 10-day is reversing direction. If Cellular can stabilize at or above 13.5 cents within the next few days, the 10-day would likely run up and cross over and lead the 50 days. That would definitely the all-in buy signal that I was referring to, and indications that Cellular is pretty much on its way to run up as part of the breakout of this bull flag. The volume definitely picking up. This is an indications that buyers are stepping in and they are driving the price up. Increase in volume cross over the resistance of this flag. This is an early signal for the beginning of a new bull run. And my target for this upcoming bull run would take Cellular to about 40 cents. We're looking at the weekly chart for Cellular network. When Cellular reversed direction and started trending up, it was forming this bull flag, and a couple days ago broke out. So technically a breakout of this bull flag would take Cellular roughly to about 30 or 32 cents. But given the fact, if you look at this bull flag, it started forming since around August until now. So about 3 months, or a little over 3 months to complete. The longer it takes to complete, momentum would likely push the price much further. Now, when we look at Cellular ran up from 10 cents all the way to 20 cents, and that is roughly about 2 times in terms of the Fibonacci extension. So if we use the same sort of extension and apply that to this upcoming bull run, at 2 times, that would roughly put Cellular at about 40 cents. So I believe that technically a breakout of this bull flag would take Cellular to about the 32 cents. Momentum should take it to my target of about 40 cents. So looking at this chart, I have a very high degree of confidence that this could potentially be the bottom, and Cellular is definitely on its way to break out of this bull flag and begin the next bull run. However, one thing we have to keep in mind is how fast Cellular would move up also depends on Bitcoin, whether or not Bitcoin can stabilize and trend higher. Bitcoin has been struggling. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. 5 days ago, I did a detailed analysis for Bitcoin. The momentum is kind of slowing down, and I expected Bitcoin to retrace by about 50% based on this Fibonacci retracement. That would take Bitcoin down to about the 55,000 level. And Bitcoin dropped to about 55.5, bounced back up. What's really concerned me right now is the minute Bitcoin is testing this white line, which is the 50 days moving average, it gets rejected. So far, the price is retracing. Another potential for a very bearish signal is the 10 days. It is about to cross and drop below the 50 days. If Bitcoin cannot find enough buying support to trend up so that the 10 days can reverse direction and trend higher, stay away from the 50 days. If the 10-day continue to trend downward, then we are looking at a possibility for Bitcoin to retrace more than the 50%. It could be right at around the 61.8% or around the 50,000 level, where it would also be testing the support of this upward channel. So that is something that we have to keep in mind. But the good thing about Cellular network is this. We are already seeing that even while Bitcoin was retracing, Cellular stabilized. So if Bitcoin retrace, initially I do expect Cellular to follow. But then after that, the minute Bitcoin stabilizes, we will see a big spike up in the price of Cellular to make up for the losses. So for me right now, it is definitely a great time to accumulate. That's it for this video. And don't forget to click that like button and reward me with a like if you appreciate the content that I'm presenting. Also, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and subscribe. And make sure you turn notification on. And if you have Twitter, make sure you follow me at VietMaxim, because I provide constant update on all of our favorite cryptos.